Hi there, my name is Beck, and you're Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And Russell Davies, you might know him, bit of a writer. He likes to write, and I think he's a rather good writer. So he used to write Doctor Who. He revived Doctor Who in 2005, and he revived it in such an incredibly successful and wonderful way. I will forever be grateful to him. I really will forever be grateful. So he was very, very successful with his Doctor Who, and he kind of very, very quickly made it into a little empire. He had Doctor Who running, he had Torchwood running, he had Sarah Jane Adventures running, basically covering. He had Doctor Who, which was a family show, Torchwood, which was more of an adult show, and Sarah Jane Adventures, which was a kid show, kind of covering the entire gambit. And he's got a lot of affiliation, I think, is that the word, appreciation for children's TV, because that's essentially where he started. What was that name of that series? What was it? I don't know. It was awesome. It was awesome. I was too old to watch it when it was on, and I watched it anyway, and it was really good. He had about two or three of them. Anyway, so he's come out the woodwork. He's plugging his new show, It's a Sin, which I really got to check out. Doesn't look very good though, but I really got to check it out. So he's plugging new, and so he gets asked about Doctor Who a lot in here. So we have a story about he thinks that Doctor Who should be in a Marvel-style shared universe, pretty much like it was in his era, so it's going to be an interesting article to read. We're going to read it together. I haven't read it yet. I always read these things live with you, so you get my live, expedited, is that the right word? Unexpedited, visceral reactions, which are normally like, oh my god, they did what? They're normally not good. They're normally not good. Before we get there though, can you hit the like button? That'd be great. Can you hit the share button? That'd be freaking fantastic. Can you hit the subscribe button? I make this pitch all the time now. I think the writing's on the wall for us independent voices. I think YouTube have been a little bit more tolerant of people not being of the group think, and if you could hit the subscribe button, that really helps us independent voices stay in any way viable, right? In any way at all. So you can do that, would be great. If you do it for any other YouTuber you like, that'd be, I'd do it for a YouTuber you don't like. I don't really mind. Go ahead and do that. That'd be fantastic. And if you can comment, that's great. Now, if you become a member, not a member, although they offer me, I can do memberships, but I'm not doing that. I'm planning on monetizing my channel by selling you stuff. If you want to, I'm not planning on doing memberships, but maybe I don't know. I have no near plans. Anyway, if you become a subscriber, you can enter my weekly competitions. Prize this week, bit of a good one: Terminator special edition DVD. I don't know how many discs is this. I don't know, but there's a ton of extras on it. The James Cameron 84 classic. I was saying 82 last week. I think it's 1984 classic. I think I'm probably giving away on Tuesday night when I'm on my live stream. All you need to do to win it. All you need to win it is subscribe to the channel, and then in the comments leave the hashtag hunterkiller. Go check the video notes. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Also in the video notes, you'll see a link to my Indiegogo, which is the way I want to monetize the channel. I don't want to charge anybody membership. So I got these two, I would say, rather great graphic novels, and I think I'm launching them. I'm aiming for next Sunday, right? I'm aiming for, I think, the 31st of January for the launch, and I'm going to do a ton of giveaways, during that launch. So if you want to go and head over to the link there, there's an email address that I'm putting up, and there's going to be a ton of freebies being given away on launch day, so you want to sign up for that, because that is certainly coming. Fine, let's have a look at this article, shall we? In Radio, who wrote this? Is it Hugh Fullerton? No, it's not a Hugh Fullerton article. Hugh Fullerton articles are always so great. They're always so great because he's such an incredibly transparent shill, right? He's always like, he has no shame in it whatsoever. Russell Davies says, Doctor Who should have a Marvel-style shared universe of spin-offs. Gee, wouldn't that been a good idea? Really? I mean, listen, they very much wanted to do a female Doctor Who, which I think we can agree has died a death. And I don't think it's because she's a female Doctor Who. I think it's because the female they have playing Doctor Who is utterly clueless. Like, just utterly clueless, and has no interest in doing a good job, being led around by somebody, Christian, even more clueless, and has no idea how even to do not an awful job. So, but what they could have done is introduce a female Time Lord. And if they did this at the end of the Moffat era, there was at least two two or three female-led spin-offs they could have done. They could have done the what's the woman's name from Game of Thrones, who we kind of grew up with, and then you saw a bit of side boob on, in that last episode, or the one before that, and we're all like, ew, I'm not sure we're up for that. Was it Alessandra? Whatever, her and Clara. That's one spin-off they could have done. They could have done the Paternoster gang spin-off. But the point is this. You could have had 2 shows running with 2 production teams and sell twice the amount of stuff. And if you hadn't made it like an agenda-driven piece of crap, you would have actually done quite well with it. And people would have been like, you would have developed an entirely new thing that can be to itself, rather than taking something that already exists and warping it beyond any form of recognition. Although I have to tell you, if they did a female-led Doctor Who spin-off, probably don't make the main character into like how would I describe her? A smug moron who likes to lecture people. That doesn't really go down well. He feels Doctor Who should be as ambitious as Hollywood franchises, as indeed they were in his day. I was rewatching, what was it? One of his later stories, The End of Time, where we saw the Shadow Proclamation. And you could see it was so much bigger on the page than they could realise. But, I think shoot for the stars. That's probably a good idea. Russell T. Davies has said the long-running sci-fi franchise Doctor Who should have a vast shared universe similar to that of Marvel and Star Wars. It should do. It should do. But this dreck isn't going to produce any watchable spin-offs. What they're going to do? The Brendan Chronicles? Oh my God, that was awful. The prolific screenwriter, and he is a prolific screenwriter. You know why he's a prolific screenwriter? Because he loves to write, right? You know why Chibnall isn't a prolific screenwriter? Because he's not really a writer. He's not really a writer. I don't know how he got as far as he did, but he's not really a writer. Who launches his LGBTQ plus? Okay, I'm going to say it's not an LGBTQ plus drama. I think it's probably an LGB drama, right? I don't think it's an LGBTQ plus drama. I haven't seen it yet. I really got to check it out. Although I got to watch the It Crowd as well. Everybody's telling me to watch the It Crowd, and I'm only up to episode 5 of season 2 of Cobra Kai. Freaking love that show. Freaking love that. And you know what? I was talking to somebody about it. Was it yesterday? And I say how much I loved it. He says, "Oh yeah, I love the nostalgia." It's not the nostalgia for me. It's a really well written show where you really get to see inside the mechanics of disagreement between two. This is a real tangent, I know, but you really get to see inside the mechanics of disagreement, how these two people, Ralph Macchio and Cobra Kai guy, whatever his name is, Johnny Lawrence. There you go. Just hate each other and would actually like each other if they just communicated with each other and they understand. I think they're pretty much on the same plane. But again, it's a really clever dissection of arguments, right? And I love it. But yeah, so unlike Doctor Who under Chris Chibnall, It's a Sin this weekend became a household name for his work during Doctor. It was a household name. Get out of here for queer as folk. He was a big signing for BBC. And I find it a little bit funny that It's a Sin is on Channel 4. Like, how do they lose him? It's interesting. Became also named for Doctor Who during Crystal Eccles and David Tennant eras of the show. A decade on from his departure, after handing the series reins to Stephen Moffat, Davis' opinions still hold a lot of sway among fans. Yeah, me too. Yes, they hold sway with me of the sci-fi series, and his idea sounds very exciting indeed. It's exactly what he did already. Again, he had 3 shows running simultaneously. In light of the recent influx of streaming shows set in the Marvel, I guess in the Marvel universe, I'm watching WandaVision, and oh boy, it's not terrible. Okay, it's not worth buying Disney Plus for, and it's so slight and empty. It doesn't really do. I think they should have dropped all 10 episodes or 9 episodes in one day and let people binge it, because there's just not enough to go through. I was going to do a review of the 3rd episode, and there's no point. There's no point whatsoever. This ready. It was a 35-minute show with about 15 minutes worth of plot, and the plot's kind of predictable, right? I mean, it might go somewhere good, but yeah. So maybe they had that on at the same time as like a bigger budget show, like a more. Although the budget for that's 200 million. I don't know where they're spending that. But like like a higher profile, more traditional show like the Loki show, which I'm kind of looking forward to, and. What's it get? Falcon and Winter Soldier. Also, but I tell you, if they muff up those two, they're over, right? They're over. Mandalorian started, and I was like, yeah, right from the first episode, this is great. I'm just terrified it's gonna get awful. So even like similar shows in the Marvel, Star Wars, there's one so far. Next year we're supposed to be getting a lot more. And Star Trek universes, we've had 3 shows, all of them abysmal. All of them completely hated by Star Trek fans, the Lower Decks is utter dreck. Star Trek Discovery, let's fly. No, let's not. And Picard, let's make the character unrecognizable, and then kill him and replace him with a robot. Yeah, you go. Yeah, none of those are booked. He believes Doctor Who ought to be implementing the same strategy. Well, again, he did. Journalist Paul Kirkley. Listen, he does the cartoons for Doctor Who magazine. Calling him a journalist, also writes for Doctor Who magazine and Radio Times. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess he got the job. Good for him. Posted comments on Twitter after interviewing Davies for the current issue of Waitrose Weekend. Okay, listen, you do Waitrose Weekend twice in your career. Once on your way up, once on your way down. And I think this is Russell T Davies' second appearance in Waitrose Weekend. I was in the middle of running an empire. Yes, he was. Davies says of his time on Doctor Who. OMG, did I did that 10 years too soon, didn't I? Yeah, well, again, I disagree with him about a lot of stuff. I like him as a human being a lot. I do like his work, but I think he's completely on the money now. But yeah, sadly, the Doctor Who as a brand has been so damaged by the Chris Chibnall era. They can barely afloat the main show, let alone spin-offs. I was about 10 years too soon, wasn't I? I guess you were. The screenwriters were referring to the point in the show when it was in a show included spin-offs Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures, and also remember in the kind of like the gap here with the specials, they had those animated shows as well, which I quite liked. Which ran alongside and Katie crossed over with the main series. Yeah, that was her. What was that? The big Dalek finale in season 4, when he crossed them all over, and it was great. I remember I had that as my desktop. That picture when you had everybody there on. You had with David Tennant in the middle. You had Captain Jack. You had Sarah Jane. You remember the picture, sure. We're all Doctor Who fans. Notably, before Marvel Studios enjoyed its meteoric surge in popularity, and it's collapsing now. Okay, and not having movies, not putting a movie that doesn't help you with your popularity. And I reasonably sure when they do the movies, I'm going to be as impressed with them as I am with WandaVision. Right? It's the MCU is I think nerd expression. And it does seem like it's going to be that. I have just no interest. Although I hope the cinemas don't open up and I can watch it on Disney Plus and then I can review it. I don't want to go out and see this Trek. Although, again, another tangent. Very excited. I have my second jab on Thursday. That means by a week today, I am pandemic free. I should be able to go to cinemas again. Honestly, I just want to go inside a synagogue. Right now, we're not allowed inside buildings. We're in a lockdown. When you go to synagogue, after you stand outside, they put heaters up. It was freaking freezing this Saturday on the Sabbath. Freaking freezing. I'm not up for that, so I just want to go inside. I want to go inside and pray rather than outside. Please, can we do that? Okay, back to Russell T Davies. Davies continued, there should be a Doctor Who channel now. You look at Disney announcements and all those Star Wars and Marvel shows. Really, there should be a Doctor Who channel on iPlayer if they want to become like a streaming player, and there's a lot they could do, right? It's not a terrible idea. Firstly, they could broadcast older Big Finish stuff. And I think that would actually go on quite well. Let's see what he's got to say. You look at Disney announcing all those new Star Wars and Marvel shows. Yeah, they're announcing them because they can't make movies and they're kind of desperate to get content out to people. You think, we should be sitting here announcing the next adventure, the return of Donna Noble. Having said that, by the way, the Big Finish put out a 4-part Donna Noble box set called Kidnap. Freaking awesome. If the BBC had made that, right? That four-part miniseries, that would be getting like 10 million viewers. It really was, because it's just good. It was good entertainment, which is, I think, the thing they've totally forgotten. Or you could have the 10th Doctor and 11th Doctor together for a 10-part series. That nearly happened, by the way, in was it Matt Smith's last year when they did the 50th anniversary crossover, and they were talking about splitting a season between David Tennant and Matt Smith, so they could make it, because David Tennant really enjoyed it. I think you can tell David Tennant enjoys being Doctor Who from just the same way you can tell Russell T Davies likes writing, by the fact they keep doing it. Dalek Universe this year looks like it's going to be great. I'm really excited for that. Another big finish thing. The most recent Doctor Who spin-offs were 2016 Class, died a death, which was cancelled after one season. The recent YouTube series Daleks, which was freaking awful. It was a massive embarrassment to everybody involved. If I was Nick Briggs, I would scrub that from your resume, because it's just embarrassingly bad. It was awful. Considering of 5 episodes being 10 and 15 minutes long, which I'm never going to get I'm never going to get back again. Needless to say, it's not on the same level as the 10 blockbuster Star Wars show currently in development. Let's just see what makes it to the screen, okay? I believe Boba Fett's coming. I believe Mandalore. But let's just everybody take a pause, right? Currently in development, the numerous interconnected Marvel shows coming this year. They're not coming this year. Coming like in December, right? We got WandaVision, which is pap, which I don't think it's disposable pap thus far. You've got was it Falcon and Winter Soldier? That looks good. Again, that has the potential to be good, especially they tap into that like political thriller thing they had in was it Captain America 2, right? Was it that one? I can't remember. But yeah, but they had those really cool political thrillers going on. And Loki, they look good. They mess those up. They're over. The only reason Star Wars is not doing terribly is because of Mandalorian, right? Like I don't see Jedi Eva Chris of the High Republic inspiring many people. God, it looks bad. Needless to say, it's not quite the same level as the 10 blockbusters, so currently in development under numerous interconnected Marvel shows coming this year alone. They're not coming. But Davies has hoped Who can catch up. Never. This Who, never. Unless, listen, there were rumors that he was going to come in, him and Moffat were going to come in with a production company and take over Doctor Who and kind of rescue it. That could be. He added, you laugh, but did Star Trek fans ever think they'll be getting a Captain Pike series? I still don't think you're getting a Captain Pike series, right? CBS All Access. I mean, it's going to be Paramount Plus or whatever by then, but I don't think it's happening. Ever. That's insane. The whole science fiction world is so creative. They're making so much and so much money making right now. They were a few years ago before they turned them into obnoxious dreck that nobody's interested in seeing. I think your wildest dreams can come true. Listen, baby, my wildest dreams don't really involve Doctor. Well, I don't know. Maybe Perry. That's a pretty wild dream I have. Perry and the Time Rotor of Love. If I ever do erotic fiction, that's number one. That's number one on my list. So then we have the tweet here. A few snippets. Okay, for now, okay, that's it. For now, BBC working on the 13th series of Doctor Who, and I'm going to say probably the last for a while. If they don't have that HBO money, I don't see them making a season 14. And Jodie Whittaker apparently is preparing to leave. At the start of the year, rumors emerged that she could be preparing to leave the role in a regeneration storyline. Who cares a regeneration storyline? Like, really, who cares? I guess goodbye. Da 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 da. Hey, goodbye. But there's no official confirmation on whether that is the case. Nobody really cares. Really? Nobody really cares. That's just the painful truth of it. But let's see if... Is there anything more I'm missing over here? Let's see if this says anything. Take your time. He once sounded out about dancing on ice, stars on thin ice, more like he laughs. I think it must have been a very long list of people who'd be on the telly. Doctor Who Confidential, you'll do, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, fine, whatever. One. Back to that. So there you go. Russell T Davies' idea for Doctor Who is do what Russell T Davies did with Doctor Who. Not really surprising. I mean, really? Hey, if you ask me, what would be your idea of to do with something they've already done before? I'll say I'll probably do that thing again, right? Yeah, that's probably where I would come to. Not overly shocking. Russell T Davies' idea for Doctor Who is to do more Russell T Davies. I'm on board, baby. I love a bit of RTD, me. I love a bit of RTD. My name is Sheila Beck, and you're a rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.